Alright, as promised, let's get right into this. What are the classes in Lords of the Fallen, and which one should you choose? If you comment 1, 2, 3, I will reply with a 4. As mentioned in my last video, this game will have 9 classes and an extra 10th one if you have played the first game. But from what I've heard, the other 2 options to unlock it if you haven't played the 2014 Lords of the Fallen are 1. Either you buy the collections or deluxe version, and 2. You play to a certain point in the game and then you just get it. Alright, so the first class we will begin with is the Black Feather Ranger. Now, as you can hear in the name, it's for rangers. So if you like shooting people from a distance and cowering away from a real fight, you pick this one. Nah, but all jokes aside, from what I've seen, the ranger can also fight up close if you have the skill for it. You also have a lot of good debuffs so that you can make the enemies weaker and then get them afterwards. You will start with poison arrows, a light shield, an axe, a bow, oak arrows, and medium armor. The second one is the Exiled Stalker, more of a stealthy type, like a rogue. You're going to use daggers, going to be doing a lot of DPS. The Exiled Stalker's focus is endurance. You're going to be poisoning your weapons to do more damage. For starting equipment, as I said, you'll have daggers, the medium stalker armor, poison salts, throwing daggers. So overall, you're going to have to plan your gameplay a little bit more, but it's going to be a lot of fun in and out type of situations, you know, like. The third one is the Partisan. So this is a class that I'm actually interested in taking, but I don't think I will, and you'll know later why. So this is an overall good class. You'll have a crossbow that'll have a good ass single target damage, and you also start with a flail. A goddamn flail. You'll be swinging around left and right to do damage to a lot of enemies, and he's good in defense too, so you'll be quite tanky as well, as you will also have a good stamina buff. This is more like a skirmisher class that has a well-balanced build, more in the physical aspect. You will start with obviously a crossbow, the flail, no shit, some heavy armor, some unripe berries for the stamina regeneration, and a night shield. The fourth one is the Orion Preacher. You want to smite them assholes. This is more like a support character. You can buff your other players with radiant spells. You also have a good hammer to ram through them bitches. You'd assume it's more for like co-op and whatnot, and you'd be right. It's more for co-op PvP, you know, like invading people and stuff. You'd be pretty good at that. The items you get are a light shield, a radiant catalyst, healing radiant spells, a hammer, light armor, and a small minestrone consumable, which I'm not really sure what it is yet, but I'll let you know later. The fifth one is the Mornstead Infantry. Imagine just a typical guy with a spear and a shield, you know, the typical Spartan. Basically, you'll be fighting from a long distance and you'll have a good defense and mainly will have to work for the damage, but you have the advantage of the range with your weapon. So you're not fully cowering away with long range, but you are at the same time a bit further from the enemy you're demolishing. This beast's starting items are the heavy armor, throwing javelin, a light shield, a spear, and healing overtime consumables. Number 6, the Condemned. It's pretty much the Wretch class from Elden Ring, a flimsy, weak bitch. They get one saving grace and it's the dive kick, and other classes I'm assuming will not have that. You know, to at least have a little advantage. The starting gear for this class is a light armor, some throwing rocks, and guess what? That's right, a broken bucket. Yup, that's all you get, baby. Now for all you good Souls players out there, I better see this. You better let me know when you take this class as your first time playing the game. I want to see that shit. So the seventh one is the Pyrrhic Cultist. Are you a pyromaniac? Would you want to worship a deer? Well, play the Pyrrhic Cultist, because you will have fire spells and, from what I'm guessing, a lot of AoE. Lots of chaos, and basically you can destroy in any way you want, with weapons or just by focusing on stamina to be moving around and destroying shit. I mean, it's a pretty quick one because you just burn stuff. You'll start with a polearm, a Rogar Catalyst, an Infernal Orb spell, medium armor, and a small Mana Stone consumable. So the eighth one is Utaranger Werewolf. I'm probably saying that wrong. This next one is aggressive. It's a barbarian with a long sword, some throwing axes, medium armor, and fire salts. You just go to war. Wolf. This is a strength build, melee damage, but you can put your weapons on fire, kind of like the Pyric cultist, to burn with your weapons instead of just magic, but this is still not my favorite class. The Hollow Knight, the jack of all trades. Yep, the best class. This guy has a good attack speed, pretty agile even with heavy armor. It's suggested to start with vitality and endurance, but you can go into more agility or radiance later on to expand your weapon and spell choices. Now, I think a lot of people like to go all in one, and a lot of Souls players supposedly don't like magic because it's overpowered. But look, I like magic overall. Just in general, magic to me is cool, but I also really like fighting. I like hand-to-hand combat with a sword, getting into the thick of it, so I like it when I have both. You get to start with a short sword and a shield, a heavy armor, grenades, healing over time consumables, which is pretty cracked. And now look, I'm not saying that I like to play games like this on easy mode or anything, and I don't think that the Hollow Knight is playing the game on easy mode. What I truly think is that you just enjoy all parts of the game, and that's exactly what I plan on doing for my first playthrough at least. Like, because I've heard a lot of people talk about this, saying that, you know, like Magic and Souls games are cracked, and now I get it, I agree, but that's if you go full force, full blown into min-maxing your magic stuff. Just like using the magic in the game, because to me in general, magic is very creative, it's beautiful, it's enchanting. Shut up! Dark Crusader. So I guess this is a quick little money grab from this game, but if you buy the deluxe or collector's edition of Lords of the Fallen, you'll get the Dark Crusader. If you have the standard edition, this becomes available later in the game too, so don't worry. I'm assuming this is a more powerful class since you start with a good ass sword, good physical protection, some radiant powers from the beginning. You're able to do massive sweeps, deadly vertical strikes, big spins, and you can charge into an enemy's head first, no fear. This is more of a strength class, and this is basically the daddy of daddies. You'll start with the Crusader Greatsword, Crusader Heavy Armor, and a Rosary Catalyst at the start of the game. So this, I would say, is playing the game on easy mode, especially if it's your first time playing, but hey man, you do you. You either paid for it or you had the last game before, so in any case, you deserve it if you want. I won't be judging. Nah, don't worry, you're good. So, who will you roam as in the lands of More instead? I hope this video will help you not get too much FOMO at the start of the game and not spend hours just deciding on which class to take. As I have made it clear, I am most probably going with the Hollow Knight, at least for my first time playing. Let me know which class you take in the comments, I really want to hear it. I made this video, I better fucking hear y'all response. I will stream myself playing this game on day 1 of release, October 13th on this channel, YouTube, right here. I want to see y'all there. So as I said, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, all that shit. Whatever, if you feel like it, honestly. If the video was good, do all that. If it wasn't, let me know why it wasn't, you know? So on that note, Kenot's out.